Encounter with what could have been the Mexican drug cartel. Hey, y'all. This is my first post ever on Reddit, though I lurk quite a bit, so please be nice. A few years ago, shortly before my 18th birthday, trouble struck my small town in New Mexico. I won't lie, despite being a relatively safe town, I know quite a few people who make money in the drug business. It's basically second only to the oil field in big money. Now, a few of those who made their living off of drugs were also affiliated with the drug cartel from Mexico. I think most people know that the drug wars in Mexico are violent. The cartel does not seem fond of being crossed or failed in any way. Shortly before this story takes place, a gay couple and a man rumored to be involved with the cartel were murdered, though official reports claim it was a hate crime and random act, respectively. Neither were solved. One night, me and my sister, who was around 7 months pregnant at the time, were home alone. We were watching Criminal Minds when we heard a knock at the door. Since we were the only two home and our house is a little out there, we both went to the door. This was around late October, mind you, so the nights were getting cold. When we opened the door, a young Mexican woman wearing a tank top, jeans, and flip-flops was on our porch. She began speaking to us in Spanish and motioning behind her towards the street behind the pine trees in front of our house. "What is she saying?" my sister asked. She doesn't speak any Spanish, but I was in advanced Spanish at the time so I could understand her decently well. "I think she's saying her car overheated. She's asking for water," I answered. My sister, being older, left me at the door and grabbed a bottle of water from the fridge. She handed it to the woman through the door. As soon as she had it in her hand, she started beckoning for us to follow her, still talking about a car. There was no car in our driveway nor one we could make out through our trees. We told her no, and after a few moments, she walked away, right down our driveway and through the tree line in front of it. We promptly locked the door and went to call our mother. Upon returning to my bedroom, I could hear our chocolate lab pitching a fit in the backyard as well as several men talking in Spanish. They were talking very loud and I could make out words like drogas and gringas. Somehow I managed the courage to look out my window, which faces the street, to see a truck parked on the side of our house, well out of view of our front door. The men sounded very angry and they talked for a few minutes before finally driving off. In that moment, I was very thankful for our tall wooden fence and huge lab. My sister was shaking as she talked to our mother. I mean, a petite 17-year-old and a 7-month pregnant woman don't really stand a chance against any kind of intruder, let alone a group smart enough to try to use a ruse to lure us out. Our mom came home immediately and we never had anything like it happen again. I know it could have been a hell of a coincidence, but knowing how dangerous the drug cartel can be, I can't shake the feeling now that the two were connected. So if that was you, Mexican drug cartel, let's please never meet again.